how's it going, guys? Jace here, back with another standard deck tech. Today I am playing Esper Midrange. I'll say one of the boogeymen of the format, not kind of, but it's up there, right? It's one of the most powerful decks going around. Esper's been doing very well, like, for the longest time, right? For as long as Raffine's kind of been around, Esper Midrange has been just a good deck, right? It's always been a good strategy. And I kind of feel like we definitely have that with, like, a counterspell like No More Lies. This kind of reminds me of Mana Leak. In fact, it's actually better than Mana Leak, especially if you can, you know, have the white mana to play it. This is such a good counterspell, which I'm happy with, because I do like countering my opponent's stuff. I know. So yes, we are playing a mid-range deck. It's just all the stuff you can remember, right? Obviously, we've got Cut Down. I mean, some of these cards, we just see them time and time again, right? Go for the Throat. Deep-Cavern Bats for that interaction. You have the Faerie Mastermind, so you can get some good card advantage. Wedding Announcements being played in this deck for the longest time. Raffine for that card advantage. And then we've got Dennick. And then, yeah, No More Lies is replaced Make Disappear, mainly because it's just a straight up better version. We've got Wandering Emperor, of course, very strong Planeswalker. 2 Virtual Loyalty to get those creatures out and buff our creatures. And then 1 copy of the Bat God. It's just a good creature. I wouldn't play too many. It is quite high in mana, quite expensive. But it is very, very good. Having a 4/4 flying lifelink, just by that thing, is very, very good. So that is pretty good. Then the lands. This deck does play quite a hefty amount of lands. It's mainly because of Raffine, because you could be drawing so many cards and digging through your deck. And you do have like the spell lands, like the channel lands as well. And some cycle lands, and pretty much all the different dual lands. So in the sideboard, now I've only really played this deck in best of 1, so we're going to be giving it a try in best of 3 today. Loads of different stuff in the sideboard. We have an extra copy of Cut Down, nice cheat removal. 2 Disdainful Strokes, good against the ramp decks or control decks. 2 Temporary Lockdowns, good against Convoke. Also pretty good against the ramp domain lists with all the tokens they get from the herd migration. 1 Tahash's Tidebinder that can really catch your opponent off guard. Another Bat God against creature decks. And then, of course, we've got 2 copies of Duress against control. 2 Destroy Evil, very good against domain. That's usually the deck you bring in against, because a lot of their creatures are big, like Traxxas. You can deal with leyline bindings, stuff like that. Very, very strong. 1 copy of Negate. It's just good against control ramp lists. And 1 Path of Peril, very good against the Convoke as well, if we do come across it. And then 2 copies of Kaito, very good in the mid-range matchups. You know, if you're playing against like Dimir mid-range, or another Esper mid-range, or even if you're playing against Rakdos or Golgari or whatever it may be, Kaito is actually pretty good, mainly because of the card advantage, especially if you're on the play. Very, very strong. So that is the sideboard. This is the deck. If you do want to give it a try, the deck list will be in the description below. We're going to play in a best of 3 standard game. See how we get on. Ooh, not the best opening hand, but it's fine. I've got ways to ditch some of these lands with Raffine. Hopefully, if it lives, of course. But yeah, okay, seems pretty reasonable. Probably could have done with maybe 2 less land, or at least 1 less land, but it seems fine. Okay, so my opponent mulliganed to 5, so that's pretty good for me. Okay, let's see what I'm up against. Maybe ramp, which would be interesting, but we'll keep it going. Is it ramp? Yeah, okay, so I'm against ramp here. Ideally, I want to be drawing counter magic. Wedding Announcement, okay. We'll get Raffine down. We'll swing in. I'm going to ditch this Cut Down, because it's going to be absolutely useless in this matchup. Okay, that's good. Wedding Announcement's good. Go for the Throat is also very good. We'll be careful for depopulation, or whatever it's called, depopulate, and Sunfall is obviously a big problem. Yeah, we'll just put on Raffine, sure. Deep-Cavern Bat, great draw. Gonna get rid of Seachrome Coast, and probably get rid of Go for the Throat. I know Go for the Throat's good, but yeah, we'll do that. Just wanna deal as much damage as possible, race my opponent. Try not to let them do much. Okay, so they don't have removal, but I am going to take the Angel, because that is the most problematic card. And the rest don't really do much, they just ramp them. I mean, herd migration's fine, but I've got flyers. So not a huge problem. It might even be that next turn I'll just swing with everything, slam the Virtue. Oh, perfect. I mean, oh wow, that's really, really good. Yeah, we'll just stick on Raffine. Okay, right, we'll ditch a Raffine, we'll ditch a wedding announcement, and I'm gonna ditch that. And okay, just getting in, deal the damage. Okay, opponent's on 4, play a land, and I will pass. Okay, they decide to cycle it, interesting. Oh, it's looking pretty good, to be fair. I mean, my opponent did mulligan, which is, you know, a bit of a bummer. Alright, game 2. Okay, so what do I want to bring in against this matchup? So definitely negate, definitely Disdainful Stroke, and definitely duress. Like, all of them are very, very good. Destroy Evil's going to be very good because they do have Leyline Binding. Could argue that the Tidebinder's good because it does counter Atraxa. So we'll do that as well. Okay, so Cut Down's very bad in this matchup. Go for Throat's okay. Wedding Announcement's kind of weak. Wandering Emperor. Good if you want to like hold up counter magic, they don't do anything and you can just cast it. The Big Bat God, he can go. He's just too much mana. We kind of want to be low to the ground, get in there and, you know, deal some damage. You know, 4 Go for Throat's fine. Of course, like it's very good against, you know, Traxxer and stuff. But then again, Herd Migration. This deck at the moment's got nothing that can deal with Herd Migration. Temporary Lockdown could actually be pretty decent. So could Path of Peril as well. But I think I might just go with. I think I might go with a Temporary Lockdown. We'll go for a more control route, I think, with this strategy. So I need to get rid of 4 cards. And get rid of some land. Actually, I do have a lot of land in this deck, so we'll get rid of one of those. We'll get rid of one of those. We'll get rid of 2 land, and I think we will. And I probably will drop the wedding announcements. They do seem kind of weak. Okay, Temporary Lockdown's pretty good. Like if they tap out for Herd Migration and they resolve it, I can then go nope. And they're up in Beanstalks as well. Get rid of them. Okay, so pretty good hand actually. We got No More Lies. Bean. Wandering Emperor as well. And we do have threat on turn 2. Nice. You want to get a threat down as quick as possible. There's the Up the Beanstalk. Very good. Okay, we'll go land, play a Dennick. No point holding up No More Lies because most of their really impactful stuff is more mana and I would rather counter them. And at the moment, they're probably just setting things up right. They'd probably just want to be playing... yeah, we'll get this down. They probably just, you know, want to be playing the tap lands, setting things up. So, don't want to... probably will ditch a Raffine here, I think. Oh. Yeah, probably want to ditch a Raffine. We can hold up No More Lies. Again, like, we can hold it up if they don't do any... There's the Leyline Binding, which I expected them to bring in. Well, not bring in, but have. Probably get rid of Raffine. Sure. So next turn we can still... That's very good. That's a very, very good draw. That's a really good one. So we could rumble in, still hit them for 3 every turn, which is pretty good. If they don't do anything, I can slam a Wandering Emperor, still holding up, and then untap, hold up these 2. It's just pretty good. Yep, there we go. So they don't play anything. Then comes the Wandering Emperor. They have the negate. That's... Well, here's what it is. Deep-Cavern Bat. That's another really good draw. I think we'll just play the bat. Get some information at least. Wow. Okay, well, we'll get rid of the Angel. Can counter the Atraxa, because they don't have a Cavern of... Oh, they do have a Cavern of Souls. Ooh, okay, okay. Well, that changes things, but they're currently 2 turns away. Interesting. Bit of a sticky situation there with the old cavern. Makes it a lot more difficult for me. Duress. I mean, Duress is okay, but it's not great. Sure. I'm expecting an Atraxa next turn. I will... No, I won't dress them. I know what they're going to have. I don't know what this card is. But yeah. Alright. If they tap out for Atraxa, it's not the be-all end-all. No. Ooh. They went for the Sunfall. Interesting. Well, I'm going to say no. That might have cost them, potentially could cost them the game here. I think it has. How much mana have they got? Oh no, because they can replay this. That's fine. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One damage short. I can bounce the Atraxa. So I'll dress my opponent. See what they got. Sure. We'll rumble in. GG's. Getting it done. Well, we managed to take down Domain. Again, one of the other strong decks in the format right now. We had an early start. We managed to get out of the gate, cause pressure. First game they did mulligan quite heavily, so that was kind of a gimme. But the second game we applied the pressure. We had the counter magic back up. They did go for the Sunfall, which, you know, you could argue was a bit risky. They could have just slammed the Atraxa. At that time, I didn't have anything that could deal with it, so I would have kind of just had to stay there for a moment. But the thing was, as they played the Sunfall, I countered it, wasn't a problem. And then I was able to attack, and then the following turn I was able to draw the Soaring to then deal with an opposing Atraxa down the line. So they could have had a turn where Atraxa stopped me from attacking. They probably would have been able to then attack with Atraxa with all of the cards. Not even attack. I mean, even if it forces me to bounce it, I attack them. They just drew a ton of cards and get a ton of resources. So going for that Sunfall, I think, was pretty risky because they only had 2 untapped mana. But hey, that's just the way it goes. So if you do want to give this deck a try, guys, the deck list will be in the description below. And if you made this far to the video and you've enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like button and make sure you subscribe for more Magic content. That's it from me in today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.